out. Hey, you got green in here. They know. There's green right there.
So here we are, Coach and Z Monster from Third Coast Airsoft talking Iron Fury.
Good old Iron Fury. Here we go.
So yeah, man. So thoughts on the overall event? First off, let's play one more thing, just to give people time to jump in this. We're gonna play the trailer because the trailer's really good.
Yeah, let it rip.
So let me bring that up. So yeah, man. That one's kind of I might have been watching I might have been watching freaking Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know, man.
It's gonna be awesome. I mean, I guarantee people are like, "What's with the boats?" Just come to find out.
Yeah, you got to be there to know. Okay, so we'll start Friday, go all the way to Sunday. We'll start with the tier 1, and I'll put that up now so we can talk it. Let's see, image.
Yeah, so guys can get their first eyes on, get a good con up on it.
And first off, before we dive into this, yes, there will be boats. That was the most commonly asked question. No, you can't bring your own boat. You have to use our boats. We've rented a fleet of 6 pontoon boats with 6 captains that know what they're doing. So it starts Friday night with this tier 1 Operation Trident. Big feedback that we got from the players again at Fury or at Viking, excuse me. Coach, we want to have a con op. Coach, can you guys share more information so we can start at least knowing what we're about to do? And so, you said, we can do that for you. And you put it out there for Viking. We continued it with Fury. And I think the hype is real.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I saw a lot of the guys with their own con ops already laminated. I said, all right, who has a map? Oh, everybody just busted out. I was like, wait a minute, that's not our con op, but I like what you did there. Yeah. It definitely gave these guys more of, how do you say, like more of eyes on time, more map reconnaissance, more satellite reconnaissance. It helped them figure out, okay, this is the route we're going. It's somewhere in this trail, somewhere in this box, and I think it gave them a lot more time to get on the X.
Yeah. If you can't do any other recon, other than a map recon, hell, that's great. The more people understood the mission, I think paid dividends for them. We saw both platoons do very well.
Very well. I lose you, sir.
The anxiety. Give it a second. All right. As the AI algorithm tries to
it's everybody tapping in right now. That's what it is.
Yeah, everybody's tapping in. Or the algorithm's trying to make sure we're not talking about illegal content. Anyways, possibly. Okay, so we'll dive into Operation Trident.
Right on.
Okay, so we're conducting a lot of people ask us JTF 141. Where did you guys get that? It's like, oddly enough, both brothers started in the 141st Infantry Regiment. So, no, it's not from
Remember
Call
the
of Duty.
Alamo.
Yeah,
Remember the Alamo.
yeah. No, it's not from Call of Duty. Or did Call of Duty copy us? I don't know. So JTF 141 conducts amphibious landings to attack. So we're going to be seizing an airfield, rendering it useless, okay, through cratering charges on taxiways. We have to worry about a dismounted QRF and a mounted QRF. So the platoons, you're fighting up against the clock. But the cool thing is you're getting put in over a beach. So amphibious assault.
Mind you, ladies and gentlemen, it's the first tier 1 with an amphibious true assault.
Yeah.
You will be inserted by the pontoon boats at night.
Nothing notional. Nothing notional.
Yeah. They don't know you're coming. It's going to be amazing. I mean, if you look at this, the textbook things people do, it's like Rangers. This is what Rangers train up for year round, basically, to seize airfields, control airfields, knock them out. You're getting that little piece of touch on this. Let's just say hypothetically, you got about a good window to get on the X and get off the X. The way you're going to get inserted in is, of course, like you said, amphibious by boat. And guess what? You're going to get exfilled off the same way. So there is a time hack. Those boats got to be able to get there to drop you off. And those boats have to get back there at a certain time to pick you up. So, yes, it's just like what he said. It is a race against time for exfil. It's a race against time for the enemy QRF to get there. It's a race against time to set off your charges, to clear the airfield, seize the airfield, and then to defend it until the boats get there. This is an amazing mission. This is truly an amazing textbook military stick lane that I cannot take charge on this one. Z Monster's the one that created this one, and it's amazing. I am excited for this one.
So Snick had I'll share credit with Snick because Snick was like, Sal, boats, tier 1 with boats. Like, yeah, let's do it. So the big one here is you're limited in numbers because the boats can only carry so many. They're pontoon boats, so you're looking at putting a squad in per boat. So three boats per platoon, so a total of 6. Yes, you'll have pre-landing bombardments to suppress the enemy. So got that going for you guys. So yeah, Operation Trident. It's going to be. This is one not to miss. I think we still have. I think one platoon's got 19, the other one's got 17. So there's a few tickets still left. We're limited to the number of guys we can put on the boats. So this is kind of like 24 max. So if you're thinking about doing it, get in while you can.
Of course, if everything goes well as planned, keep an eye on the posting. We might be able to open up some more slots. We don't know. We're still working on it. Just, hey, stay tuned. If you see us post, hey, we got more slots, jump on them fast.
So big pieces here is organization. Think about, plan, prepare, rehearse, movement by boat to assault beaches. Beaches generally have obstacles.
Yes.
Might have to cut some wire. Might have to use a Bangalore or two to clear some beach obstacles, get off the beach. Then you're doing an anti-tank ambush, so you're looking at getting the Carl G in play. You're looking at putting some landmines down. You have to ambush a dismounted infantry enemy force coming at you. So there's claymores there. So there is a ton of stuff to do beyond the cratering charges, which have to be set off on objective dollar and objective coin. So yeah, the ConOps posted in Discord, is posted on Facebook. It's being shown here. We'll probably put links on the website itself. So when you go to thirdcoastairsoft.com, you can the Iron Fury link, you can pull it down there as well. So
most definitely, if you guys got questions on Discord, tag myself in it or add it, and I'll jump on as fast as I can, answer any questions you got. If you got questions about gear, like, hey, what should I take? What should I not take? Ask it. There's never a dumb question. We'll be able to answer those as fast and quick as we can. I mean, look at this AO. Look at this terrain. It's beautiful. It is.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
And that's the drone flight moving towards Bow Airfield.
Nice. So right now you're
So
seeing it from the opposite side.
yeah, you're seeing it from the west side. You're actually looking at I think Gold Beach.
Yeah, actually, you're looking at gold, and this might be the possible route that the dismounted
enemy
Op
four.
4 might be coming from. Yeah, so you're seeing it from their advantage. You know what they're gonna go through.
So
Okay, I believe there's the landing strip for gold. Now, and you can see it is a real beach. It's not a notional beach.
yeah, it's not simulated. Um,
Yeah,
so
we
yeah,
didn't pour that sand.
so we want to make sure we show one for players who are like, what's out there, Sal? What are we seeing? It's just a state park. There's no buildings. They're actually buildings. If you go to the Discord site, and I think even on one of the planning pages, we put up the Google Earth file with all of the Hollywood names, the governor's mansion, the customs house. So there are buildings there. Put up one more video just to show. This one's this is coming up as Casaville. So you're looking at right over Casaville, looking towards the main maneuver area.
Nice.
As it pans over. And yeah, things, it's going to be wintertime. So a lot of that underbrush that's kind of a pain in the butt will be dead, but there'll still be plenty. That's Tomahawk Island right there in the center. So yeah, this AO is amazing. Special thanks to Snick for getting out there and doing the video recon, and to Chevy and Ken Brinkley for doing the photo recon. Those guys, did an amazing job just getting eyes on, and the whole park's ours. I think they're panning down to look at Casaville itself. There's the international port, which won't be in play, but again. So
It's going to be amazing. So much maneuverability, so much being able to flank, to outmaneuver. It's not just a linear fight. You can definitely find ways and routes around everything. This is textbook 101 fighting right here.
Yeah, this again for folks that were kind of burned out on buildings. I know it's like, what do you mean? Is that a thing? Yeah, people get pretty beat up on. It's like there's no more buildings, Sal. Find us a place to play.
I'm not gonna lie. 20 years infantry, I still love playing in the woods. I'm sorry, that's my bread and butter. This field, I'm quite jealous. I wish I could play.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna be lane walking, so.
Well, sometimes some of the players see me. I'll pick up a stick and just jump into someone's formation, and they just laugh at me. They're like, "What the hell was that, coach?" And it's like, "Yeah, man. Sometimes I want to play too."
Sometimes I just want to jump in.
This is why they take away the artillery gun for me, because I can't do it no more.
So we'll put up a couple more just to give people a sense of the drop zones, which will play very much a role in the first battle. Collins drop zone and Davy drop zone. If you are airborne, Royal Rifles, Darby, or Ripper, these will figure very prominently in your planning.
So just to reiterate that, the companies that you pick, they play giant roles in the Iron Series. So I know the names sound cool and awesome. You're just like, oh, I want to pick that. You might want to do a little bit of research, jump on Discord, find out which company is your playing style, because in Iron Series they are key roles, tremendously key roles.
Yeah, very much. Let me see. I'm trying to find. That's the actual AO map.
Isn't that beautiful? Look at that.
So, one of the guys was asking before, particular. Sal, we talked about this commando soft doing some kind of Robin Sage mission, and I said, yeah, we'll bring that up here. Okay, so main fight's going to be happening out east. Bow Beach, the drop zones, Two Finger, Doseville, all those areas out east. That's where Abel through Hate Company will be fighting. Darby and Ripper, Royal Rifles, and Airborne. Those guys are going to be getting the conventional fight on out east. In the South, if you bought a commando ticket or a 13th soft ticket, you'll be in AO South, the unconventional warfare zone, doing a what it basically amounts to being a Robin Sage exercise.
Which what you're looking at is the blue area, correct, sir? The
Yeah.
one that has the blue outline. That's
Yeah.
the area he's talking about.
Yeah, the blue AO. Inside that blue AO, there are two admin controlled guerrilla groups, G forces. One is the Free Iberian Resistance. The other one is the Iberian Liberation Front. So each one will be linking up with a Western ODA or an Eastern ODA. They'll have to do meet and greets, build an intelligence picture, and then for both sides, it's all about seizing Casaville down in the south.
Key
And
terrain.
really-
That is key terrain.
And so, come Sunday morning, whoever controlled Casaville by 2300 on Saturday lets the conventional army start down there on Sunday morning.
Ooh, nice.
So it matters. Whatever happens on Saturday in the unconventional warfare fight matters on Sunday because it's going to give one side or the other a position of advantage. So folks
So
are
real-
like, go ahead.
Real quick, brother, if you don't mind, brother, I'm pretty sure some people are like conventional, unconventional. Real quick, just explain that, like conventional warfare to unconventional.
So conventional warfare is what we think of. It's conventional units, regular army units, just slugging away at each other, fighting over key terrain. Unconventional warfare. If you watch the movie 12 Strong or read the book Horse Soldiers, where special forces are going and augmenting a guerrilla force or an insurgent force, and they're fighting another insurgent force and trying to get one party to take control of an area or help achieve some independence. We pushed out the intelligence sit rep here of the two factions that are down there. Now, question I got before, Sal, I'm in SOF or I'm in Commandos. Does that mean I'm never going to see the main fight? You are. You're just not going to see it till Sunday. So pack your uniform because you're going to need it come Sunday morning. You're going to join up with the regular army because come Sunday morning there is no more unconventional warfare. Everybody's gone conventional. So
you got to understand this, guys. In the unconventional zone, you are definitely playing a huge role because if you like you just heard him say, whoever has that on Saturday at the end of 2300, look at all that beautiful terrain that you will be able to get and occupy for your side, to have all that maneuverability. That is key terrain. Now in unconventional, you I don't want to say there is no rules in war, but you will have to maybe do some things that is outside of the conventional set. If you link up with some of these guys and they ask you to do some crazy off the wall things, you might have to do some unethical thinking, like whether should I do this, should I not do this?
Yeah.
But hey, if it gets the people on your side, it's going to be a challenging thing down there. Very immersive. It's unlike something that I think we've ever touched. Maybe in tier ones, maybe in some of the other games that we've done small testing in. But this is going to be amazing, Dion.
So one of the guys said, in particular in the comments, like what? Like what? I'm like, okay. For example, the uniform of the day down in the unconventional warfare zone is civilian clothes. You will only see civilians in the UW and AO South. Now, the rule there is if they are openly armed or wearing kit, shoot on sight. So if you're walking around with a concealed carry and you've got your flannel over your stuff and you're trying to gather intelligence in Casaville, that's great. So one of the first missions that the two ODAs, that the Western SOF and 22nd Commando over in Eastern, they have to infill into zone. They're going to have to go through some checkpoints, and those checkpoints are ran by militia groups. Might want to, out of mind, out of sight as you try to infill your stuff. If they see
what if you get busted at one of those checkpoints. That blows your whole mission. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might have to bribe. You might have to do,
Yeah.
like I said, that unconventional thing that I can't foot stomp right now, but
Yeah.
we're giving little breadcrumbs on what you might have to do.
And you got to be careful. Don't immediately go, I'll give you $100,000 to let me through this checkpoint. No,
Yeah, that might just kill you and take your
yeah, take your money.
$100,000.
Yeah. Or you're giving money to the wrong faction. You get down to meet your guerrilla leader, and the guerrilla leader's like, hey, man, I just heard through informants that they just got a bunch of cash at a checkpoint. And you're like, oh, did they? Those weren't your guys? Oh, shit. Very Kandahar 2002. So, interesting. So that's what SOF and Commandos have signed up for. And there's limited spots. There's only enough for 24 and 24. So the 2 ODAs worth each, going down there to work with admin-controlled guerrillas. A lot of people are like, Sal, coach, let me be a guerrilla fighter. And sorry, guys, we're doing admin-controlled role players down there for a very good reason.
Now, one more time, just to reiterate that, because here at Third Coast Airsoft, we don't have player admins. These guys that are playing are just controlled. In other words, like, they take all guidance from us. You're not going to hear them say, "Hey, I'm an admin. You can't do that." They are players, but they're controlled.
Yeah, they're going to stay in character, very much so. So yeah, that's unconventional warfare down in the South. Now, big fight in the East. A lot of people are like, well, I'm here to get my BB on. That's great. We've got that for you. We'll pull that up here in a second. We'll move into talking about Saturday.
All right.
The big fight, the big battles.
What you come to TCA for.
Yes. Okay, so Saturday morning, 07 check-in starts. Pretty standard. Same thing you're going to do on Friday. You're going to show up. You're going to get safety. You're going to check in. You're going to get safety brief. Then you can chrono. You'll do all that by faction. Chrono closes at 10 o'clock. Something new for Iron Fury. We started. I'll give Eastern Forces a lot of credit. They started this very inclusive unit called Recondo. And it was guys who wanted to get into the whole MAC-V SOG, LURS, long-range surveillance unit, And so, not to be outdone, Western created the Advanced Surveillance Group, the Alamo Scouts. So both sides have these specialty units. Both sides are limited to 14 players per.
Small elements.
Yeah, very small elements. So these guys were like, hey, we understand that it's not about doing this. It's more about doing this and reporting. Now, that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean these guys won't sneak out onto a road and put a claymore down or go put some of Cherub Milsom's landmines on the ground, but they're really focused on getting the information back. Okay. So yeah. Those guys get to step off at 10 o'clock. They get an hour's head start. So, they get to move out and start thinking about where they're going to go set up to observe for the first battle.
So when they step off, it is game time for them.
Yes.
Right on. Yes. See, so this is new. This is new.
Yeah.
So in other words, Sal, if Commandos and the Alamo soldiers, they what if 2 minutes into their move out, they just intersect each other?
Yeah, so it's kind of like the NVA running into MAC-V SOG in Laos or Cambodia. Recondo makes contact with ASG. There's a fight, and these guys are moving. They're not going to move as a 14-man squad. They're going to move as itty bitty units, 2 to 3 man teams, gillied up, trying to get to that prime OP position to do recon work. That doesn't mean they may or may not make contact. It's like,
So
yeah.
In other words, this isn't go out there and take photos and test fire your gun. You're going out there to establish terrain, establish key locations, to set up those OPs. So what happens when they set up an OP? Can they already start reporting to their talk on movements? Oh, yes. See, so this is nice. This is nice.
A question we just had come into the inbox. Sal, can ASG and Recondo get boat infilled? The answer is yes. With 6
Nice.
boats, I'm going to allocate 3 and 3. So yes, at 10 o'clock, the fleet can go and insert your Alamo Scouts or your Recondo teams. You better hope you guys don't pick the same beach though. That'll be fun.
Exactly.
So yeah, um, again, you guys, some of you guys are leaning forward already, going, we have boats, so you're not walking in. But yeah, when guys you're thinking about doing Recondo, or you've already those units were the first ones to sell out, and we had to
I
ask
bet.
everybody,
I bet.
you do understand this is not about getting your BB on. Oh yeah, okay, great. So those guys get an hour head start. The commandos and the soft guys start infilling into their sector at 10 o'clock. Main battle, the main battle forces will move out at 10:30. The admins will walk them in with their dead rags out to get them set up for the.
That is the airborne, you said, correct?
Yeah, so you're looking
Okay.
at Ripper, Darby, Royals, and Airborne will move out to their start positions, just like every other TCA event. They'll have an admin walk out with them to their start points. Eastern, you'll move out to the rest of Eastern's main forces. Chaos Dagger Fight, Hate will move out to their Alpha, which is over at Two Finger. Yep, you can drive down there, carpool down there. They get 7 range passes, so we'll box truck enable you guys as well. Western forces, you won't have to walk very far because you'll start right there on Route Jupiter, right outside the LSA. So getting Eastern set, getting Eastern set over at their Alpha will matter. So 11 o'clock, mission window 1 starts.
Boom.
And first off, it's an Iron Series. So you leave the LSA, the life support area, at 11 o'clock. You're not coming back till 16:30.
What? I can't go
No.
back?
No. So that means tactical snackage. Living out of an assault pack.
A small.
Okay.
Now, mind you guys, when he's saying assault packs, we're not talking about a 3-day pack. You don't have to carry a giant ruck. I've seen some of you guys already have those nice bags that carry your tanks in. That's good. Just put what you need in there to hold you off. Hey, you might put like 1 or 2 power bars in there. That's fine. Extra BBs in there. That's fine. Wet weather, cold gear, maybe. You know what I mean? But you don't have to carry the whole kitchen sink.
Right. You should
be thoughtful because whatever you carry out there, you got to carry it back. Yeah. So just be very thoughtful. And maybe here at the end of this, we'll go over more of things you might want to take, but might not want to take. But go ahead, Sal.
Yeah. So that's critical. Hey, grab an MRE, grab a Mountain House from On the Go Surplus, and say, hey, awesome. Somebody have a jet boil. Make sure one guy brings a jet boil to heat up hot water to make, field coffee. Because from 11 o'clock to 1400, that's battle 1. And I'll tease out battle 1 for a second. You have units that were dropped on the drop zones, and the main bodies are trying to link up with them. Okay. So, kind of like if you watch the movie A Bridge Too Far, hopefully it's not a bridge too far and you're actually able to link up with your guys, or your guys fall back to you and you guys establish a front line. Because at 1400, it's not a pause X. It's a defend what you got X. Okay. So you're holding a phase line and you're saying, hey, this is our front line position. Think of Ukraine. You've got your front line, and parallel to you is the other guy's front line. And you guys are probing each other, trying to improve your like, I really want that tree. And now you're fighting over small pieces of terrain.
What if we're in this defense and we see guys moving? Like I said, it's not a pause X. You're in a defense. You can gun them. Now, that doesn't mean players should be moving. You should be holding down your defense 100%, holding that line, like you said. And that goes into priorities of work. 50% guns are up. The other 50% are either reloading their ammo, maybe taking a bite out of that power bar. All right, type your battle buddy. All right, he's up, switch out. Yeah. This is going to be a good, strong hour.
Yeah. And so, hey, what if I need HPA fill? Okay, get on a vehicle, a dead vehicle, and the vehicle hauls back to the LSA does a quick refill at Junkies for the HPA station, gets your ass back here, back out to the front. It's a tailgate resupply. Really like, oh man, I am completely out of BBs. Oh crap, my gun broke. Okay, great. Hold on what you got till 1400, and then during 1400, catch a ride back to LSA for quick turnarounds.
Yeah, there's going to be pre-designated. I don't want to say Casevac, but pre-designated locations for pickup to go back to the
Yeah.
containment area to the LSA. So it's going to be all premeditated kind of stuff. It's not going to just be like, oh God, you're not going to be out there calling an Uber with your thumb up. It's
Yeah.
going to be all right. Platoon sergeant, how many people do you got? I have this X many. All right, send them there to this spot, this grid. They'll get picked up, taken out.
Yeah.
You don't want to be walking around because during that defense time, you don't want to give up your position. You don't want to give up your defensive. You want to utilize that hour to reestablish ground, to refit, resupply,
Yep.
and then get ready to pick right up and go because it's not a pause X.
No.
The game is still going. It's just a tactical. It's just a tactical pause.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a hasty defense. And if somebody asked, why like Army doctrine? Why does the U.S. Army do a hasty defense? Well, it's to build enough combat power to get back on the offense. So that's pretty much what this is. You're pulling a hasty defense to reorganize and consolidate, reorganize, and get ready to get back out. So
Yeah, because
15,
like key example, like what you just said. Hey, my squad of 12, we're the way front. I radio up, hey, I need more bodies. You resupply. I called in you, Sal, like, hey, can I get another squad up here? Okay, yeah, but hold on, we got friendly forces here and here, and then you just leapfrog it all the way to the front. This is your time to do that.
But wait, there's more. There's so much more. Guys found out at Viking that the TCA Milsim battlefield is a dangerous place. You've got people calling for artillery on you, both black shirt and mortars. Okay, you've got freaking technicals doing gun runs or running, doing probes, and now you've got armed UAV. So the Royal Air Force, the Eastern Empire's Royal Air Force dropping munitions on you. So all that has to be taken into consideration when you're in that hasty defense. If you're looking up and you got no trees above you, probably not a good place to be.
Yeah.
So
find some concealment.
Yeah, finding some concealment, getting your lines roughly dressed, making sure you've got good, interlocking fields of fire. You got a coastline. Both forces have boats. So your command may go, you know what? I want to do a seaborne invasion over here. I want to run around them over here. So both sides have access to boats all day on Saturday. And then don't forget, the LURS units are out there watching. Recondo and Alamo Scouts are in the weeds reporting on everything they see. So
during that hour, I mean, okay, what's something we always beat up in tier ones? Challenging passwords, which I've seen some of these sides start to do during main game. That's stuff you might really want to consider. Put it over the net, figure out what it is, because during that hour in that hasty defense, you don't want to do fratricide because then you're giving away two positions. So this is just fruit for thought on things that you really want to start going over because that hour is gonna go like this. Yeah, trust me.
So the fight picks back up. Mission window 2 kicks off 15:15, and it goes to 16:30. At 16:30, that's the pause X. That's when you can go back to the LSA where the food trucks are at, where your campground is, where your car is, where the bathroom is, where the vendor row is, and you can take the time, the 2.5 hour break to get ready for the next long phase. And the next long phase kicks off, for the LURS guys, 18:30, they can step back off. 1900, we're kicking off mission window 3. Mission window 3 goes from 1900 to 2030, but there's still no return to the LSA. 2030, you're kind of doing a tactical pause. You're doing that hasty defense. You're shoring up your lines. And then for 2100 to 2300, from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. is mission window 4, and you guys are slugging away trying to gain ground. And at 2300 is pause X. Go back to the campground, roast a s'more, eat something, get
warm,
get bedded down. That was you're interested. Very interesting. You said that. The weather forecast is high of 70s.
Ooh, beautiful.
So I mean, we're looking at some great weather. Me and Snick were talking about that earlier today. The weather forecast for mid-January is starting to shape up to. It's possibly going to be a lot warmer than people thought. So
nice.
It's going to be a cold Christmas, but mid-January. So far, the prediction's pretty good. Okay, Sunday, 07:30, Alamo Scouts and Recondo can kick back out. A short sit-rep briefing, 18:30, the advanced units will deploy, so everyone will get back out to where they last held at 2300. By that point...
Not to cut you off, to one more time reiterate that. You said the last people who held at 2300. Now,
Yes.
Do you mean the points collectively that they've earned, or is it the last? All right, 2300 ended. Boom, restart. So if you don't mind going over that.
Yeah, we still have digital objectives because it's a Third Coast game, so you'll still have Cerberus at the named objectives. But the trick now is time of possession. So if you guys had 6,300 points and he had 4,200 points on Irene, well, that means the team that held it more than the other side gets to start there.
Nice.
Okay.
So in other words, you bust your balls, you bust your ass, holding it, defending it, attacking it. You get rewarded for it now.
Yes.
Worth fighting for.
For example, we're pulling that from real world, right? So if you hold Kiev, okay, and you held it last night, and you still, hey, we held Kiev all day today, that means tomorrow it's still yours. We've done that in Starburst in Texas. We've done that at a few games out on the East Coast. We've found that it's actually the most fair. It's the more real. The Germans held Berlin. Yep, they're going to hold it tomorrow too. So why not replicate that in Milsim? So time of possession matters. That way, there's none of this. Hey, I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want to the last 15 minutes of the round.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip the box at the end. Yeah.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way, guys. Strategy. Both Jack Branch and Craig White or Eastern Western commanders have to have a strategy on what they want to own because it will matter come Sunday morning.
What is that thing that we base all our MOSs off of in the Army? Chess?
Yes.
You're playing a game of chess.
Yes. And so 2300, whoever owns Casaville, whatever special operations element was able to control Casaville with their guerrilla forces, if whoever owns it at 2300 will allow their commander to start conventional forces there on Sunday.
That's just going to change the whole battlefield.
Because the goal is to drive the other guy off the island. Okay.
Yep.
And that will matter at the end of this video, I promise. So come Sunday morning, you're looking at start exit 09, goes to noon. By noon, we'll know who got kicked off the island, who got voted off the island. And the big piece there is the next Iron Fury, we will have 3 state parks.
Wait a minute. Whoa. You said the next Iron Fury? So You're going to tell me that this game is a continuation? Whoever wins here is going to ripple onto the next ones?
Yes.
Man, this sounds like it's worth fighting for.
Yeah. So next year you'll have 3 parks. You'll have Hibernia. You'll have Hibernia in the west. You'll have a park on the other side of the lake, which is Eastland, and then you'll have Northland. And Northland is where the unconventional fight will continue. So you'll have Grayland.
Nice.
So, you don't want to get kicked off of Hibernia, boys, because you may find yourselves on the wrong side of the lake come Iron Fury 2026. So yeah, it matters. So chess, it's all about chess. And that's the reason why we have the tactical occupation on the objective boxes. We can tell who owns it for longer. So what if come Sunday, one of the commanders goes, man, my go to hell plan is we hold on to this part and this part only. Okay, well, next year, that's your start point. So don't pull a Poussin perimeter if you can help it. Or don't pull a Patan or a corridor because that would suck. So yeah. Boat support. Again, we're providing the boats. Please don't ask us if you can bring your own boats or kayaks or what have you. We for insurance liability purposes, safety purposes, we have to provide the boats. We got that. We've worked very extensively with the North Carolina Parks Department to be able to do this. We're excited to be there.
On that note, if you don't mind,
Sure.
guys, if you know you're going to be riding boats, okay, bring extra socks and boots just in case.
Just in case.
You might step off wrong. You might step off too early. It happens.
Yeah.
But we got to keep those feet dry. Okay, so maybe that's one thing you might want to carry inside your salt pack if you're riding the boats. Just think about this, guys. You get as infantrymen, you got to keep those feet that you walk on. Those are your wheels, man. You got to take care of those things. So if it happens, do a tactical pause. Get security, change your boots, change your socks, poof, boom, get back in the fight.
And then, now the plan is they're pontoon boats, so they're going to rev up. They're going to bring the prop out of the water, and they're going to beach themselves. So that means you should be stepping off on some dry ground. But plan on the worst. Be prepared for the worst. Ziploc bag with some extra socks, you'd be good to go. Again, the intel is out there for the boys that are doing the SOF and commando missions. This has got a lot of moving pieces. I think it's got something for everybody.
This is tremendously, guys, a 100% big boy game. This one right here, this is something, heck, I wish I would have been able to experience in training. Like this right here is going to push everybody to the limits. I personally think this field is that dynamic, and it's going to push everybody to their 100% to their max. This is great. This is great.
And the best part is phase 0 has already started. All of the intel is out there for the unconventional warfare fight. A lot of great photo reconnaissance has been done, so it's out there. Commanders looking into it. Okay, what can you, the individual player, do? You can start leaning forward and taking a look at. Great, we've got it. Oh, we lost the. Okay, I'm looking through all our comments. Hey guys, what do I bring? That was the most asked question, and I'll put it in the comment line real quick, so that way folks can find it. It's like, hey, I'm coming to this thing. I've never been to a Third Coast game. What exactly do I bring? And I'm gonna find.
Yeah, there's some good ones we posted.
Yeah, we got an excellent video that me and Tyler did a while back, and I'll put that in the comment line. So there's that awesome video link right there. Or you can go to Third Coast Airsoft on YouTube. It's a suggested loadout for a TCA event. We've got a blog post in there as well on our TCA news tab on the website. Folks were like, hey, Sal, when's the last day you guys are selling tickets? We'll cut ticket sales off a week before the event because we know guys are getting their Christmas money. The price is $135. Yes, you heard me right. It's $135. So that plus tier 1 ticket will put you at about $190, $185. So yeah, man, for the price of a larger game, you're getting so much more if you wanted to do the tier 1 and the main event. Will there be event shirts? Yes, there will be a limited amount of event shirts. Make sure you get there when you get there as soon as you can. Get checked in. Go see the TCA merch tent, and you can get a very exclusive one-off shirt. So, all right, man. Hey, closing thoughts, dude.
Closing thoughts. I guess just little things that you might want to start looking into. Obviously, you know that there's going to be it's going to be wood. You're going to be fighting in the woods. You're going to be fighting in the brush. Okay, start going over small tactics, maneuvers. You know, don't be afraid to use the word break contact. You know, especially for those LURS units that are going in there. You know, it is never wrong, and it's to say or to yell out break contact. I'd rather make a decision than not make a decision. You know what I mean? You know,
Right.
do I just say screw it and then I'm going to get all 12 of these guys killed, or you know what? Let's break contact. I'm going to save some lives and push back about in airsoft terms, push back about maybe 100 meters and reevaluate. Maybe find another way to flank. You know, it's okay, guys. Those of you that have been doing tier ones, man, there was an excellent video out there on the tier one for Serious Viking, where I heard break contact and that maneuver ability that they moved around was great. Kudos to those guys that called that out because it's not wrong to call break contact.
So that is unheard of, right? Go, well, it's airsoft. Well, no, it's not. It's try to put your head in the game and go, hey man, I only have a limited amount of medical supplies. We're fighting out of the bags now. We don't want to go all the way back to AA because then our front line's really weak and then we're going to get pushed off the island. So let's not use the bags up so fast. So let's play like it's real.
Train as you fight, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a plastic BB. Yes, you're gonna go home to your loved ones, but put yourself in that mindset. Put yourself in that true mindset that hey, these gentlemen that are with me, we're all here to. Yes, we're all here to play. We're all here to get our BB on, but you're all here to learn things to put into your tool bag. How to be a better leader, how to be a better soldier, how to be a better follower. Everything there's the training aspect on airsoft is some people just want to say, oh, it's airsoft. No, there is a lot of training value that you can get from airsoft. And come on, let's face it here, guys. We've also been playing a lot in urban. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's time, we're going to play in the woods. And now everybody probably needs to knock off some rust or to learn new tactics and to get in it. Go over small, like I said, small formations, go over the wedge, go over the file, stuff like that. Look into things called linear danger areas. If you come out of the woods and then boof, there's a road. Do you want to cross that road or do you want to say, hey, guys, let's bound one across at a time?
Right.
Because you don't know what's on the other side of that road. That was what we call linear danger area. Okay. Learn hand and arm signals. Okay. Anything. This is a whole brand new AO that nobody knows unless you've gone to the state park yourself.
Yeah.
So
even then, you haven't played airsoft there.
Exactly. So just start going over things like that. That's always key things that you should know, regardless what field you go to. And plus, that makes yourself a better player, better follower, better leader.
Yep. I think tactical decision making or decision making under stress or under crisis is something that people can't get enough of.
Yeah.
And gee, I didn't wear all this kit for nothing. I love watching guys get all kitted out, and then they're kitted out for the wrong mission set.
Exactly.
So that's step one, right? Hey, plate carrier. Okay, maybe. Do I go with just a load bearing vest because I'm traveling a little lighter in the woods? I'm covering more ground. I don't know. That's a decision that the operator has to make. At the individual level. Now you're carrying an assault pack. All right, so balance your gear load.
Test out your gear before you even step foot on this field. Even before you throw your gear in your POV to start driving over there, throw all your kit on. And if you've never put on an assault pack with all your kit on, don't find out the day that you're moving out. Because it's going to be uncomfortable to you. You're not going to know what it's like. It might cut off circulation. I mean, we all know that. So find things that work for you. And here's another thing, guys. there's a lot of you guys, you can drop some of your kit. You don't need all that fancy Gucci stuff. You know, it's okay to be light. You know, that's why we call ourselves light infantry. You know, you're really going in with not only say the bare minimum, but the bare minimum. You know,
Yeah.
um,
A
main
fighting
thing,
load.
guys. Exactly. And another thing, guys, water. I know a lot of you guys think a standard little water bottle is enough. Guys, you need to drink water, and you need a good water source. That's another thing you might want to put inside your small assault pack. You
Yeah.
know, because water without water, we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You know.
32 to 64 ounces. You should be drinking 32 ounces of water an hour. The whole fighting load calculation. So
Oh,
64
oh,
ounces.
and
Yeah.
please don't start drinking water the day of registration. To perfectly hydrate yourself, you must start drinking 24 hours prior to movement. So if you are downing Pedialyte and you're downing, just water the day before, you will survive, guys. But if you're starting that on day one when you're moving out, that's wrong already. That's
Yeah,
wrong. So guys,
you're in the negative.
yeah, check your battle buddies. Check your battle buddies. If you see that guy opening up that Red Bull or that Monster right before move out, tell him, hey, bud, did you drink water? Come on,
Yeah.
guy. It's okay to ask that, guys. It's okay to ask that. I believe the number one thing from Serious Viking on injuries, or I don't want to say injuries, but just what took some players out is that they thought the cold they didn't have to drink water. You will still become a heat casualty in cold weather. In fact, you will be a heat casualty faster in cold weather because you already are wearing all your cold weather gear
Yeah.
and your body's already doing its best to burn up whatever it's got to stay warm. So fruit for thought on that, guys. Which leads into another great thing, Sal. Um, if you are going to wear cold weather, okay, cold weather gear, cold weather stuff, do it to where you can do it in layers. Now,
Yes.
what I mean by that is, of course, you got your combat stuff that you want to wear, but on stuff that you can easily take off and get back in the fight, roll it up, put it in your salt pack. Um, my biggest
Be-
thing I would say, guys, is don't wear leggings. Okay, don't
yeah.
don't wear don't wear long johns. I know it's cold. Trust me, I know it's cold. But once you start moving, your legs are gonna warm up.
Yeah.
Don't wear double socks. I know if your toes are cold, just wear one good pair of socks, guys. Don't wear two pairs of socks
Yeah.
because once you start moving, you might collect blisters really fast. You might sweat too much, guys. If your toes are cold, just start stomping your feet on the ground, man,
Yeah.
and you will warm up. Trust me, you will warm up.
Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you know, serious Viking. You had a beanie and gloves on, that's pretty much all you needed.
Yeah.
Even at night, as this, something to wrap around your neck like a gator neck, you were fine. Seeing people wearing way too much snivel gear did not help them out at all.
No.
I can't get warm. Well, no kidding. You sweated it all out. As soon as you started feeling comfortable, strip layers. Um, so yeah, and again, weather forecast right now is going to be very good.
It's looking good.
Um,
Yeah.
it's looking good. So again, players. We see players come on the field in April for Stonebreaker wearing snivel gear, and we're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
So
So
get
just just
comfortable being a
just food
little
for thought,
uncomfortable.
guys. Yeah, and
Yeah,
and that's an excellent way to say it. Believe it or not, your body will get climatized to the weather. You just
yeah,
have to expose yourself to it.
just a little bit.
Yeah,
So my closing thoughts is read the terrain. So you've talked about the individual level. You talked about small team tactics as far as knowing when to break contact, knowing when you bit off more than you can chew. Um, at a company, platoon, battalion level, because they do two companies movements. Hey, if I'm on this side of a road and I see the governor's house across the street, but there's just no good cover around it, maybe I can control it from where I'm at versus getting out in the open around a building. I know it's tempting, Well, we own the building. Well, sometimes you can control it with fires and not be
Yep.
physically on it. I give that to you've talked about the individual and small team tactics. I'm talking about the big units now, where this is going to challenge folks. Um, vehicles. How do I use vehicles in an area where roads are going to constrict them? Um, yeah, it's a different animal. More to follow. But
I
hey,
mean,
man.
just a good thing to follow up on that real fast. Vehicles. Um, there was one vehicle in particular. I believe it was on a green side, a Sirius Viking. He was skirting the wood line, completely hiding himself. As you can see in the aerial terrain and everything else, there's nothing stopping y'all from doing that. There's nothing stopping y'all from finding a small little cutout and backing up into it and camouflage and concealing yourself until an element comes across. Vehicles, yes, you are an amazing technical on that field. Yes, you're a mass has unit that you can cause mass casualties, but don't just rush into it. Yes, same
Yeah.
thing, just like a player. Yeah, you bleed out and you die, but just think about it. Okay, think about take it as real as you can too, because you can die as well. Yeah, 5 minute bleed out, no problem. But try to stay in the fight because without you there, it's hard for the infantry to move.
Yep.
You know,
Very
so
much.
so and then bound up. Use the infantry first, move up the Vic. Bound up, move up, and just keep doing it until you get where you want. Or if you have to break contact, the truck comes up, pulls security for you, and you
Yeah.
bound back, and then the truck bounds back. That's just things to think about. Some of you guys that are technicals, just look over mounted operations. With dismounts, just brush up on it because I
Yep.
guarantee you can use those tactics on this field.
Yep. For sure. Hey, so we're at the hour mark, man. Hey, thanks for coming on board. Doing another one of these. I think it's always fruitful. Guys are watching it, getting excited. Hey, Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Happy New Year, and
Happy holidays. Y'all be safe.
we'll see you guys less than a month. Out
In
of here.
2025.
Going out with my brain. I'm chasing after that